Check out this special that Solomon and I had recorded before as a live over on Krypton Report with Matt Reeves coming out and supposedly shooting the Batman next year, and the script's almost finished or whatever. And with the Penguin coming, we wanted to just revisit some of the cool ideas that Solomon and I had pitched for the Batman Part 2.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this impromptu live special. I am Tyler. What's up?
And my name is Solomon.
That's right. I got Solomon, the special host, with me. We want to do a live video, so we thought, it'd be kind of cool. So we as a family, we like to do these special things where we go, daily. We go on walks, walk the dog, walk to check our mail, because where we live, we have a PO box instead of a mailbox, which is kind of booty. But anyways. Solomon and I got into an interesting conversation the other day, just talking about things because we've been playing certain video games again. Solomon, want to talk about what we've been playing?
So what we've been playing Arkham City. We've been playing Arkham City.
Yeah, we've been doing this kind of really cool family thing where we're taking turns. We're kind of playing it as a family, doing the walkthrough and everything, and we've really been enjoying that. And Solomon and I got talking about. He's asking questions about the Arkham games because for a while Solomon and I would play Arkham Origins a little bit every Christmas because of course the game's set at Christmas, and we actually are gonna get that for our Xbox because there's not a updated version for PlayStation.
Bummer.
I know, for real, right? So
and Switch.
We were talking about and Switch, how Arkham City I really like because I just like the look of the city and that you're out in Gotham City and everything in Arkham. So we've been playing that one, and we got talking about just like, of course, Batman movies and everything, and he was asking me about what my thoughts were and what we wanted to see, and we were talking about how we're going to have the Brave and the Bold film, but then the Batman 2, and by the time the Batman 2 comes out, he will be much older. I can't because they moved the date. So I'm going to do some quick math here, Solomon, and figure this out. But so why don't you tell everybody what you were kind of thinking about as far as like Batman movies and stuff?
I love see what I'm thinking about is DC does like a Arkham they do Arkham Origins movie, Arkham Asylum movie, Arkham City movie, Gotham Knights. I mean, not Gotham Knights, Arkham Knights, and then so do Arkham movies, which they did come out of Arkham movie, but it was like more of a Suicide Squad than Arkham.
It was like before Origins, like it was too far back. It was cool, but I'm trying to. I know they're talking about they are moving the date. I think to 2027. I think it was. Was that what it was for the Batman 2?
Yeah,
something like that. And I'm like, gosh, you'll be 12 years old by that time. I'm just like, holy cow. So no rush as much as we find it interesting, but we were talking about our pitch idea for the Batman 2. And just it was kind of a fun conversation. And one of the things that Solomon and I talked about was how cool would it be if they took some of like the elements from the Arkham games in a sense, right? And my idea for it was, the Batman 2 kind of ends. Part of my idea for the Batman 2 would be we have a Robin. I think we need a Robin, but we don't have to. But the idea is the Joker and the Riddler are in Arkham, and we see the Penguin is out doing his thing, and we really like the idea of Mr. Freeze, being a villain. That'd be cool. But the idea is at the end of the second film, since Matt Reeves has said he wanted to do a trilogy, is there's like a huge breakout in Arkham, And then the third film was kind of like an Arkham City-esque, where it's just Arkham inmates running wild, and Catwoman comes back to Gotham to try to help Batman round them all up.
See, that sounds really, really good.
And then in the process, okay, I think the Batman 2 needs a Harvey Dent. Just a Harvey Dent.
Not Two-Face, Harvey Dent.
And then Two-Face would come in to play in the third the Batman 3.
Also, would be cool if Joker just turned to a Joker like in the middle.
Because you wouldn't see like a Titan Joker, don't you?
Yeah, that'd be like really cool at the end of Batman 3. Because if they have like a Titan Joker, and if you guys have played Arkham Asylum, you'll know who Titan Joker is. What I'm talking about.
Yeah. So, that was part of our pitch. And we talked about with the Brave and the Bold film, hopefully that is something that, is more family accessible. And we'll probably see that movie, my guess, 2026. So that's still like 3 years away. So it's kind of, the kids are growing up, which is nice. So they do have things that they can enjoy, bat things. Because everybody likes Batman movies, right? Yeah.
Not my classmates.
I know. Tell them about your classmates, Solomon.
Okay. My classmates think Batman's for babies.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know why. Like, Batman is actually for like 13 years old. Like Batman's like for all ages.
Do you think maybe they're just watching Bat Wheels and they're like, oh, look at this kid show, Bat Wheels. They're not like actually watched some Batman stuff.
Yeah, they do not watch Batman stuff. Not at all. Like, and I told my classmates, I'm like, Batman Long Halloween is for like Batman Long Halloween Part 1 and 2. I'm like, that's some Batman. That's some Batman.
It is. But it's just some of the fun conversations that Solomon and I have when we're walking around chatting. He's got some great ideas. Solomon's working on his own little movie right now involving one of his favorite Batman villains. You want to tell him who your favorite Batman villain is?
Scarecrow.
And who's Daddy's favorite Batman villain?
Two-Face.
Two-Face.
And who's Bryan's favorite Batman villain? Unknown.
Mr. Freeze, Penguin, and Scarecrow.
Mr. James.
I'm Mr. James.
I know who your favorite is. I think it's Riddler. That's why I'm just saying that answer. Don't get mad at me, please.
Bane. I think James's favorite Batman villain's Bane.
That's my third. So you go Scarecrow, Killer Croc, Bane, and then others.
Do you think? Okay, so I was gonna ask you this, Solomon. Do you think the Scarecrow should be in the Batman, or do you think he would end up being too scary?
I think he can't. I think in the Batman 3, I think he would make a good appearance in Batman 3.
Yeah.
Because the Batman 2 that seems too early to get. I mean, we can see like Dr. Crane. I think we see Dr. Crane in Batman 2.
That'd be cool. That would be cool.
That would just Dr. Crane. But Bane can I'm thinking Poison Ivy would be good in Batman 2, like Joker and Poison Ivy, and we also have one more, which I'm thinking.
Let me ask you this, Soul Man. Do you think that would you want Dr. Crane to be out and about, or would you want him to already be locked up in Arkham? And we see him already locked up in Arkham.
What I'm thinking think Locked Up in Arkham. Yeah, I think Locked Up in Arkham would be cool because, and then like we have like him. See, the cutscene would be like I don't know if they're gonna make a cutscene like.
Well, I feel like post-credit type scenes for the Batman aren't really their thing.
They made the Joker one.
Well, that was a deleted scene. That is creepy. That's why I feel like Scarecrow would be really creepy.
Yes. I actually think that Scarecrow would be in the Batman 3.
Okay, that'd be cool. I could see that. I think it would be interesting. I think because having a good live action Scarecrow would be cool. It'd be nice to have a good one again.
We had one in Gotham, which was good.
Yeah, the one in Gotham was creepy, and we had, of course, the one in Batman Begins through the Nolan trilogy, which was good, but he didn't get, I think, the chance to shine as much as he could have.
He only had a mask on.
I know, for a couple of scenes, it's booty. Any final thoughts, Solomon, as we wrap up here on our little midday live stream here? Well, it's not even midday. We just been up for a while.
I mean, I have to say Bane would be good in Batman 2.
Bane?
Bane, yeah.
So you think Bane?
Yeah.
Bane. Okay. All right. I think that is a good kind of just thoughts, and we wanted to... With the introduction of like the Penguin series, and then Matt Reeves now stating that he's going to work on retooling the Arkham series, why not make a show that blends the Arkham series idea and this will reposition Hugo Strange and the Gotham Central and showing the police department. If you have a show that's showing like the crime side, show the police department and Arkham and building out that universe. But like, let's get some characters in here. Like, get Jeffrey Wright for like 1 or 2 episodes. Okay. Let's get some characters like Officer Martinez. He was identified in the film. We know him, show him. And then in the police, bring in Bullock. Okay. Or bring in Montoya. Bring in a detective that we know from the comics that we could kind of follow through. Maybe do the Harvey Bullock kind of story, much like Jeff Johns did with Earth 1 Batman series. And what you do is then when we get around to the Batman 2, we have that Bullock character crossover into the film, so that we really feel like these series matter and they're building out the Earth. And then if we do a quick like scene of Batman arriving in Arkham and we see Hugo, we are then like, oh, we know this because we actually, the subsequent material actually matters. How many times do we read a comic book and they're like, oh, these side stories count or whatever, and then you do, and they don't really add anything to the main story. It's just fluff added, something to get you to spend your money, and you feel like you wasted your time. So, addition to the pitch for the Batman 2, Brian Peters of Gravely Amusing and Bryan the Guys and I celebrated Batmanday yesterday. We were talking, since Matt Reeves had posted that he had finished the script for the Batman 2, and Brian and I both as writers were talking about, if you know you're going to a trilogy and mapping things out, and why is it taking so long for this script to be finished? And we have our theories and stuff, but we got talking about, based on having the first The Batman, and we have to constitute and create a trilogy, what are the themes and things we would explore? And the biggest one is to avoid the tropes set by Nolan in his trilogy, but end The Batman so that if you wanted to make more, you could. But if this was your trilogy, that's where it ends, but there's a sense of continuation. Okay? Nolan basically ended his trilogy with like, maybe John Blake goes on to be Batman, and this is some alternate thing, but the main Batman, Bruce and everything, he's done. He didn't die, but he's done. Okay?
So Bryan and I talked about this, and this is like a combination of Bryan and both of our ideas. So credit to, both of us as we work through this. But we said the idea would be the Court of Owls would have to be the villain, the overarching villain that touches all three trilogies. But the court would not really show up till the third film fully. The themes of the story, we go back and we touch that the court had their hands in, the renewal of Gotham and Falcone and in the Wayne's murder, and it was more, of a conspiracy, and because they leave it open with what if Falcone had the Waynes murdered, but you start to learn that there was more to it directly. In Nolan's, it was like the League of Shadows caused the economic problem. The effect of it was the Waynes got murdered. But this would be a direct act of the court. The other thing is you explore in the second film, the biggest theme would be Bruce and Alfred coming together like they hadn't before. And Bruce embracing Alfred as more of this parental figure and working more harmoniously. And Alfred really helping Bruce to be a man in the sense of like growing up and being in the light and not the recluse that he had been. And the second film would be, more of Bruce Wayne in the public and going back in and starting to work in Wayne Enterprises and stepping out into the light to help that way. Now, certain things with like the crime families, the Maronis, all that's being done on the Penguin, so we're not going to touch on that, and we can reevaluate that pitch later, okay? But the idea is Bruce and Alfred become a better unit in the second film. And with that, we want to take risk with the Batman. We have that you have Alfred die at the end of the second film. Okay? That leaves Bruce in a darker place than he's been, because he's now completely alone. But he doesn't want to sink back into where he was before, because what we learn about Bruce in this is that all this time he wanted to be alone, this dark warrior, vigilante. But as he expressed that Batman was hope to the city, he himself had to embrace that same hope in himself and realize that what he was fighting for, he thought he wanted, is not what he wanted. He wanted that family that he could have had with Alfred. He wanted that life. So Bruce is now maturing and growing as a character to step into that form. All right, so that's kind of in our second film. One big thing is we both want Harvey Dent as Harvey Dent. We want to see Hugo Strange running Arkham. We want to see the Riddler and Joker in Arkham. And then in our third film, what we want is basically Bruce comes face to face with the court. We can still have our big idea of like an Arkham bust, where that's when we could actually see the Joker out as a villain. But the Joker is in Batman fight, but the Joker is never the one-on-one versus Bruce. It's more like the Joker is one of the villains that we see escape Arkham in the third film. But the biggest thing is now we have, in the third movie, we introduce Dick Grayson. And Bryan and I have gone back and forth with this. I propose Dick Grayson's 16. All right? That is a 16-year-old out fighting crime. People are going to buy more. He's right there on the cusp of being an adult. He's not a child. I work in, social services, and, 16 is when they look at independent living plans in the system and stuff like that. So the idea of Bruce taking in the 16-year-old, but the biggest thing is that Bruce sees in this child himself. And I think they set that beat up in The Batman with the mayor's son. And the idea is Bruce knows how broken he is. And he knows that Alfred tried and he fought back. So he knows what kind of person this kid needs. And he is now going to be the Alfred to this child. Even though Dick is older. You know, and I always thought a great scene is when Bruce witnesses the death of the Grayson family. You intercut Bruce seeing his family die. And since we haven't seen that scene in The Batman, that would be the best place to put it, so that you are understanding visually that he is reliving his trauma and he understands the trauma. So you have this scene of Dick looking at his family falling, intercut with Bruce seeing the pearls and everything in his family, and the shot ends where Dick is looking down at his family and Bruce is looking up at Dick, and everyone else in the crowd is screaming, looking at the Graysons, but Bruce's eyes are fixated on Dick. So in the last third of our movie, we have Batman and Robin. The difference being, you know, we rewatched Batman Forever for Batmanday. And, you know, I said the biggest thing I hate is, like, I love Robin. But so many times they put Robin in a film and he's not as effective. You know, in Batman Forever, Robin fights Two-Face and some thugs as Robin. But, you know, he still needs Batman to help him. Like, and then in the movie Batman and Robin, they're together, but then they start, you know, having issues and fighting because of Poison Ivy. Okay? And I think that's great themes. And I think Batman and Robin explored the themes of, you know, a partnership starting and learning to trust each other and be more of a family, and losing Alfred as, like, kind of the head of that family. But it was all watered down and they threw Batgirl in there. Same type of themes can be explored here with Bruce opening up to a new family. And I want to see Batman and Robin working together. Now, Robin makes some mistakes, but I want to see Dick as a capable fighter that Bruce is kind of trusting, because he needs help. He cannot take on escaped Arkhams and everything by himself. So you have Batman and Robin together fighting. And like in this film is where Bruce is really the forefront of Wayne Industries. He's kind of come out of it. He's more of the classic Playboy Bruce. And the film ends with, like, the bat signal. And you got to keep the voice narration and the noir and the detective story and all that. So that's all baked in, okay? But you see the bat signal. And what you do is you pair the end of The Batman, where it's Batman and Catwoman on motorcycles. And everything, you hint at that, but this time it's Batman and Robin together on their motorcycles going towards the bat signal. And of course your title card comes up, it says The Batman, and then it adds and Robin. And the idea is, you know, the way Matt Reeves has structured The Batman with Penguin into the Batman 2 is it looks like his trilogy is probably going to take place within 1 year, which would be like Batman year 2 to year 3. In the comics, Batman year 3 is when he got Robin. So the idea is we end this trilogy with the idea that you can do more, that it is open to continue the stories of Batman and Robin. You know, I want to see some villains that we haven't seen. That's why I think the Court in a film would be amazing. I think Clayface is doable as a legit grounded villain. I think you can do it, just you do more of the Basil Karlo. He has a special makeup cream that he can contort his face with. Not too outlandish, you know. I think there's a way to do it, because, you know, we're going to have the Batman films that have been coming from, you know, James Gunn, the DC universe, that's going to have Damian Robin. So that's going to be a different Robin. And I think that would be cool to have two different, like, versions of Robin in this story and what that does. Also, you know, the DC universe films will probably be a lighthearted, and this is a way of taking things serious. And I want to see, like, between the two series, we're going to have some repeat villains, but I want to see some things that haven't been done. I think the Court is perfect for The Batman. Like I said, Clayface could be cool. You've already put in Catwoman, Penguin, Joker, and Riddler in the Batman, so that's awesome. I just don't want to see the same things repeated over and over and over. But that's kind of our additional pitch towards bringing in like the Matt Reeves The Batman trilogy.